Big vacation week, and of course the talk of the Commonwealth is the fact that not only is it a vacation week, but you got those scammers out there. That's right. They know that you're making these travel plans. You know you got that family reunion. You know that they've got that you've got that vacation that you put off last year. And believe me, they are at work to try and take advantage of us here. To protect us, as she does each and every week, is Nancy Cahalen from the Better Business Bureau to talk about these vacation scams that we need to watch out for. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. I hope you had a nice holiday weekend.
It was a terrific 4th, and I hope that you had the same.
I did. Speaking of family reunions, I got a visit from my new grandson from San Francisco, so that was a welcome.
Huge.
Yes, huge. Yes.
That's great. That's great. All right. Well, now that meant that people were flying and coming in. So we're seeing this. We're seeing these reunions that have been put off for a year or more because of COVID. People are taking off for vacation. This is a huge vacation week. What do people have to look out for as they're looking at some of these deals that may be too good to be true?
Well, absolutely right. We've talked about a few of these before, but they bear repeating. Vacation rentals are a great option. So they have all the comforts of home, but watch out. Some of these listings might not really be for rent, or they don't exist, or those pictures just don't tell you what you need to know about them. So keep these tips in mind. Talk with the owner by the phone. If you're not using a service that verifies properties and owners, do not negotiate a rental solely by email. Many scammers don't live locally. So speak with the owner on the phone, ask detailed questions about the property, local attractions, and if the owner is vague, that's a big red flag. You will also want to check the public records, investigate online the address, use Google Street View to confirm that the property matches the one advertised. So we have a lot of tools at our disposal, and let's make sure we use them. Another thing to watch out for is free vacation scams. I think this falls right into that category, too good to be true. If a cruise or travel company advertises a vacation as free, it doesn't necessarily mean the trip is entirely without cost or restrictions. So free doesn't always mean free. Watch out for add-on fees for air transportation, to the port charges, taxes, tips, things like that. Learn more about cruise scams. That's a big one. If you've been told that you won a trip and you haven't entered a contest, another big red flag. So be very leery of anything that's free. It's just too good to be true.
Exactly.
So be very leery of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we've got right. So we've got the vacation rentals. We've got the free vacation scams, and there's still more.
Oh, once you get into the hotel, after you check in, there's things to watch out for. Beware of these following techniques that are used to get a hold of your credit card information. So you might get a call from the front desk. Scammers will call late at night impersonating the front desk person. The caller claims there's a problem with the credit card on file and asks the traveler to re-verify the credit card information. So these are just scammers, and they're calling a hotel and they're asking for random room numbers. And just don't automatically give out that information. And they do it at night, so you're a little foggy,
Yeah.
Call the desk independently and make sure that you're talking to the right people. Another thing to look out is these free Wi-Fi connections. So Wi-Fi skimming is a growing scam that targets travelers with the promise of free internet access. So, internet, we can't go 10 minutes without the internet. Scammers set up a fake connection that appears to be free, but it's not safe. They control the connection through their computer and collect all the data that the traveler transmits. including passwords, card information, and more. So if you avoid doing any banking transactions or checking on personal accounts when you're using an open Wi-Fi network. So this is something you'd want to check back with the desk. Make sure that you're connecting to the hotel Wi-Fi, and even then, if it's a free Wi-Fi connection, be very careful about what you access via that Wi-Fi connection. And this third one just blew my mind. These scammers are so inventive. Fake food delivery scam. So what do? They distribute fake menus to hotel rooms.
Wow.
And when the traveler calls the phone number and orders the delivery, they collect that credit card information and never deliver the food. I mean, this one is so simple, it just blew me away. So what should you do? Again, use the tools that are available to us. Check to make sure that the restaurant that you're ordering from is legit. You can go on the internet and check to make sure, or if you don't have access, use a concierge at the hotel to make sure that the place that you're ordering from is legit and that you're using the right contact information. This one, it's so simple and diabolical. It really blew me away.
Yeah. I mean, you're right about that, and I mean, I guess that's part of it. The simpler it is, the easier it is in some ways to fool us. It does slip right by our radar.
Yeah. How many times have you seen a pizza menu slipped under the door or whatever?
Of course.
Or outside the door. And it's just common.
Yeah.
So it would be a very clever trick for scammers to use.
Yeah, and then I guess because we got a few minutes left here, or just when we're booking our trip, we've got to be careful.
Yeah. So, always look for reviews and ask for references. Scammers are always devising new ways to fool consumers. But, if you look for reviews and ask for references while vetting hotels and travel companies, you can reduce the risk of being scammed. Look for photos and a variety of reviews. If the property or company doesn't have any online reviews, ask for references and call them. So I think that the travel industry is one that relies heavily on reviews, so that would be a red flag for me. If there were no reviews, that would just wouldn't look right. Avoid wiring money or using a prepaid debit card. Just don't do it. I can't think of a reason planning a vacation where you would need to use a prepaid debit card or wire money. So that's just not something. It's not a normal payment method, and you should avoid it all the time. Use a credit card because it's got protection built in. And if it's a great deal, it's probably not true. Scammers lure in targets by guaranteeing an amazing trip at a very low price. So do your research. Check it out. And check their website for links to the company's social media. So oftentimes, scam artists will just link to Facebook.com instead of their own, social media account. So if you want to get the scoop from people that have stayed there, make sure that you're connecting to their own social media account. And if they don't have one, that's a red flag as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Nancy, people want to find out more about how to stay safe and how to keep up with some of these scams. Where do they go?
Well, you go to bbb.org. And if you'd like to talk to a real-life person, you can call us at 508-755-3340. And we're here between 9 and 4, Monday through Friday.
Wonderful. Nancy Cahalen, President and CEO, Better Business Bureau, serving Central and Western Massachusetts and Northeastern Connecticut, and joining us on Tuesday mornings. Nancy, thank you.
Oh, thanks again for having me on. It's always a pleasure.